What's going on, boys? Welcome back. So, today's topic, recently I've been getting a little bit more attention from people. I work, as I've mentioned before in this channel, full time at my family business, so I do customer service. So, naturally, I'm talking to a lot of people. But in general, if I'm ever meeting people out in public, I tend to get more attention and generally like really good energy from people. And I'm not saying that to blow smoke up my own ass, to be honest with you, because there is a backstory to this, which I'll explain. I'm saying this to paint a picture about how dressing up and improving your fashion and finding something that works for you as a young guy is honestly a major investment into firstly getting more respect from people, because honestly, like, you can say I can sit here and say, oh, I don't really care what people think about me, but genuinely the difference in how you get treated when you present yourself in a respectable manner is incredible, and it's such a great feeling. And you know what it does? It reaffirms to yourself that you are somebody who is worth respect. And when you treat yourself with respect, you tend to look after yourself more. You do not skip out on the gym, for example. You show up to people. You don't lie. You're a bit more professional. You're more of a trustworthy person. You reaffirm these qualities within yourself. It goes in, and again, this is like a philosophy mindset, if you will, but it has many more like real life physical effects. Again, people trust you. People genuinely, like, it's as simple as saying, let's say it's around midnight and you're walking on the street. You're approaching a random person on the street, right? Like at midnight in the darkness. Now, if imagine if you were wearing a hoodie, you're wearing full black everything, you're wearing a hoodie and you're approaching somebody, as opposed to you've maybe got, and I won't say suits, right? Because it's unrealistic maybe, but let's say even if you do have a suit, if you don't have a suit, you're walking up with nice linen pants, maybe white linen pants and a white shirt, nice white linen shirt. It's a big difference, isn't it? Who are you going to feel more safer approaching you? Picture yourself. If I was walking 12 o'clock at midnight and somebody looking great in a linen outfit approached me, or a suit approached me, or just genuinely looking good approached me, I'd be like, oh yeah, this seems whatever, sure, it's 12 o'clock, but okay, sure. As opposed to somebody who was in a hoodie, right? There's a big difference there. Sure, you can say, oh, don't judge people and stuff, but we do. It's human nature. We do. Our mind has to judge people based on our defense and survival mechanisms, because we need to determine if people are dangerous or not. And the fact that because we live in a society where there are a lot of strangers around us, our brain does that very, very consistently. And again, that's been a evolutionary mechanism to keep us safe, to determine danger or not. It's a very important skill, especially if you live in areas where it's not so safe. Luckily for me, I live in Sydney, Australia. It's one of the safest countries in terms of crime, honestly. So I don't really have that problem here, luckily enough. But these things play a part in terms of respect, in terms of how people speak to you, in terms of how people look at you, in terms of attraction, absolutely as well. Dressing up nicely, dressing up in a way where it makes you feel more yourself is very important. And that's something I've been doing recently. I recently invested in buying some nice white linen pants and cotton pants. Very nice quality. Spent some good money on it as well. I just bought this little tank top recently. I used to have a tank top, similar one, but they were just really low quality and they actually looked more like pajamas. This is like ribbed. It's got like a little bit of, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, there you go. You can see it. It's that kind of texture. And, it's much nicer. I wear this on top of my linen pants. I'm going to wear this with some jeans, high quality jeans that I'll be buying. Sometimes I wear it with shorts. I wear this to the gym as well. I went to the gym like this. It's just a higher quality. I paid around about $35 as opposed to like $10 for a shit tank top singlet. So I paid for this. Wore it to work last night, feeling good, looking good as well. I've got a bunch of linen shirts in my wardrobe. from tan, dark brown to black to white linen shirts and some cotton shirts. And I've got some shorts made from linen and cotton as well. So I used to be a guy who would wear hoodies and what are they called? Trainers, joggers, if you will, and sneakers and just weird outfits and whatnot to, the t-shirt and short combination, just boring old everyone wears the same style, to now wearing more white, wearing more bright colors, not necessarily because it's a fashion thing or whatnot, more because I do tend to like brighter colors like whites, reds I do enjoy as well, purple, but purple is just a bit unrealistic these days, unless you're like the emperor, the Byzantine emperor, I don't know, Justinianus, Romanos, what's that, Alexios, Komnenos, whatever. Throwing out a bit of history there for you boys. Unless, it's a bit unrealistic to wear purple these days, but I wear it to more stand out as well, because white does strike out more than black. Black kind of blends in, gray, everyone tends to wear that. But when you're wearing white, it kind of sticks out. Jeans, denim, you kind of stick out as well. Double denim, whatever. But the most important part about this is also finding obviously like an outfit, a fashion style that suits you. I am planning to do a whole breakdown video of my outfit and a few inspirations and maybe looking at real life examples of people wearing this kind of stuff. Kind of like the summer old money fashion, smart fashion, not necessarily, if you're the suit kind of guy, go for it. But not necessarily the suits, more like that, the linen shorts, the linen pants, you're doing the cotton shirts, you're doing singlets with jeans, for example, you're doing leather jackets, or you're doing the overcoats, the trench coats, whatnot. You could be doing the dress pants with a sweater, but it's just leveling up. It's going a little bit more serious. It's going a bit more professional. It's leveling up that a bit more, especially for a guy our age, man. Think about it. If you're as young as 18, 19, you're doing this kind of shit, bro, I'm telling you, you're like steps ahead. I'm telling you. Everybody else our age, everybody else, like I'm 23 now, everybody else our age is not dressed up like this. I'm telling you. Nobody else puts this effort in unless they're working at an office or something like that. But as we spoke about, sure, attraction, sure, more respect, sure, all this kind of stuff, compliments, amazing. But the biggest thing is, again, reaffirming to yourself that you are somebody who is worth respect. And when you treat yourself with respect, you do beneficial things for yourself. You carry yourself to a higher standard. When you respect yourself more, you've got more positive thoughts in your mind as opposed to negative thoughts. Thoughts of, oh, I'm not that attractive. Oh, I can't do that. Why does this happen to me? Or I don't feel so good. These negative thoughts, you start to get rid of them and you start to have more positive thoughts as like, for example, damn, I look good. Wow. I look great in this outfit. I feel amazing. I feel energetic. I feel charismatic. I want to talk to people. I feel sexy. These positive thoughts come into your mind. Wow, I am worth respect. People are being touched by me, by my charisma. I'm affecting people. People trust me. People depend on me. I'm professional. You start to say these things to yourself and you reaffirm this identity within yourself and you end up creating this dream character for yourself. It goes back to the topics we were talking about before in this channel, which you can check out. The topic of becoming a CEO over your own life, becoming your own CEO. Topics about, the pre-season. 18 to 20 years old is the building blocks. It's the pre-season of our lives. It's when we're building ourselves. It's when we're trying different things. We're stepping outside of our comfort zone and we're taking risks. Everything. It develops your character as a person. You become a bit more serious. You show up to work a bit more serious. You feel a bit more worthy. Your self-worth increases when you do these kind of things, when you look after yourself. We're talking about fashion in this video, specifically about dressing up nicely as a young guy. But honestly, things like skincare, when you look after yourself, when you have a skincare routine every single day that you know is benefiting you, if not today, tomorrow, 5 to 10 years from now on. You know that this skincare routine, toxin-free, natural, beef tallow, homemade with coconut oil or some honey. You're doing coffee facial scrubs. You're staying away from chemical, pharmaceutical produced skincare products. You're staying away from that kind of stuff. When you get to 30, you've got the clearest, youngest skin ever. You're looking fresh. You're looking younger than ever. And because you've stayed away from chemically produced products, and this is just one example. This is a very niche example. Because you've stayed away from this kind of stuff, now your chances of getting cancer, for example, are so much lower. You don't have genetic inflammation or like this random redness or whatever because of all the chemicals in and how they react with your body. Your hormones are optimized. Your endocrine system is healthy because of all these things, because of all the things that you're doing now. You're eating clean, you're getting sunlight. You're not using sunscreen, for example. Those little small, very niche things. If you're interested in this kind of health stuff, I discuss this all in my main channel, my fitness channel, which I have the description and the link right now. You can go ahead and check. And if you didn't know, I have 3 different channels. The main channel is the fitness channel. This is the more young men's lifestyle setup and design and mindset kind of channel. And then the 3rd channel is a vlog channel where I share with you like day-to-day stuff, personal stuff about what's happening in my life and how I'm living as a 23-year-old person who is speaking about this kind of stuff. So you can definitely go check those out as well. But all in all, you start to show up to life in a more professional manner. And when you start to show up to life in a more professional manner, you take it a bit more seriously, you make more progress. Suddenly your days are a bit more structured, right? Because that's the identity you've created for yourself. Suddenly, something I'm going to start experimenting with soon, actually maybe even tomorrow on, is dressing up for work. Right now, I've got the singlet on. I was going to wear linen shorts, but it was very hot in my room. So I've got underwear on. So I'm just literally like naked right now with this on. And I'm working, which is one of the beautiful benefits of doing content, is honestly like you can work from anywhere you like. That's amazing. But even that, like the effect it's had on me showing up on camera when I just have a hoodie on, when I haven't shaved, when I haven't plucked my eyebrows, when I just look ugly and I haven't put on my skincare and I'm wearing a hoodie, is huge compared to when, for example, today I've come from the gym. I've looked after my skin, right? I've got a haircut the other day. I've shaved and I've cleaned up and I've been looking after myself. I'm energetic and I've put on a nice, beautiful singlet and I'm feeling good and I'm very professional. I feel more confident about what I'm speaking to you about. This translates to, dressing up nicely is superficial. It translates to a lot of things in your life. Most importantly, identity. Because the identity of somebody who dresses well is somebody who respects themselves enough to dress well, who looks after themselves, who spends that few extra minutes throughout the day doing their skincare routine and brushing their teeth maybe 2-3 times a day. Who does the research about, okay, my toothpaste has fluoride and chemicals which aren't good for me. I'm going to do baking powder and coconut oil instead. And guess what? My shampoo and my conditioners, they're full of chemicals, very bad for my hormones. So I'm going to go natural. I'm going to do olive oil on my hair. I'm going to do coconut oil on my hair and my body. These little things, looking after yourself, is the identity of somebody who respects themselves enough to do it. So when you adopt that identity by looking after yourself, by dressing up nicely, by doing these skincare routines, you then assume the identity. You become that person naturally over time. And that's something I'm seeing in myself as well. I'm going out, I'm getting clear haircuts, I'm shaving, I'm looking after myself. I'm mouth taping every single night. I'm doing my exercises, I'm doing neck exercises, right? Improving myself, dressing up nicely, nice perfume, nice smell, focusing on my health. These little things, I'm I'm trying to become more attractive. I'm trying to become more physically fit. I'm trying to become more healthy, more mature, more serious, more likable, everything, because it's who I am. It's the identity that I've kind of established and I'm more embracing over time and over my years. Again, this is only the preseason. I talk about this mindset in my video and that you can go check out in the channel. The preseason is the key. It is the most important part of our years. It's where we do all of these little things, little investments and the macro investments, so that by the time we're 30 and the real life, the real game has started, where we have really unlocked most of the mechanics of the game, we're ready to play it to the fullest capability, rather than settling for a normal career path or the worst possible kind of job just because we wasted our 20s and we've learned nothing and we don't have any skills and we've got social anxiety and we're not taking care of ourselves and we look old at 30. When we get to that, we're trying to avoid all of that stuff during our preseason, during the times when we're 18 to 30. I'm 23 now, so I've still got 7 years up until that point. Whatever age you are, 18, 19, 20, look at it that way. Don't put yourself through too much pressure. Think, this is strategy. The next 10 years of my life, if I'm 20 years old now, the next 10 years of my life is pure strategy. It's pure taking risks and self-development and learning and developing my character and trying many different things and figuring out what I want from life. And I'm going to take my time and I'm going to dress up nicely and go solo travel and go maybe learn a language and try that business and try this business and apply for this job and make friends with that person and do this. I'm going to learn about this skill. I'm going to read. I'm going to watch this guy and do this guy. I'm going to do all of this without expecting success. I'm going to do it all for the name of self-development. And when I'm 30 and ready to take on the world and ready to finally play the game, I've got a solid foundation. I'm now level 55 as opposed to level 30 as most people are at the age of 30. I'm 20 levels ahead. I've got these skill trees maxed out and I'm working on this skill tree now. Hey, guess what? I got lucky when I was 25 and I made a bit of money and I already invested in a property in Bali or in Bulgaria, in Turkey, in Ankara, somewhere. Like these little things, guys, these little things, but it all comes with a bit of professionalism. It all comes with adopting that identity of, hey, I respect myself because I do these things, which makes me respect myself. And I wouldn't do these things like dressing up, like skincare, like working out, if I didn't respect myself. And because I respect myself, I respect my future decisions and my future life. And therefore, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to show up on camera. I'm going to record some videos. I'm going to write. I'm going to work on my business. Absolutely. So I hope this video has been helpful. Like, as mentioned before, that 18 to 20 preseason video you can go and check out. The other channels that I have are in the descriptions below as well. And, let me just introduce to you, if you like what you're hearing, if you like this kind of mindset and you're interested in a community of like-minded people, you want to get in touch with me and, find friends who are on the same path, who think the same way and build the foundations with other people. Kind of think about it like an online video game. Instead of working together in a video game, let's work together in life kind of thing. Joining a community, you can go and check the description for some details about that. It's pre-building right now. It's only a concept, so it might be completely free or it might even be cheap. So whatever it is, you can get involved in that early. But I'll leave it there, man. I really want to be as helpful as possible. And I think if we get in touch together, we build a community, we can all help each other live a more better life and build up to that foundation from such a young age. 23 years old, I've got 7 years. Imagine for the next 7 years, we build this community, we work together and we help each other and we become best friends within 7 years. Imagine like the possibilities we will get to have when we get to 30. And now this whole world is open, like incredible. Things like that. This mindset has saved my life, honestly. I used to be a massive overthinker, full of anxiety, full of perfectionism. I never thought I was enough. I had terrible self-worth. I always thought I was behind, and because of that, I got into very, very bad habits, mostly smoking weed all the time, playing video games 24/7. isolating myself from people, not talking to people, just forcing myself to be lonely. And yeah, it's all been a path I'm grateful for because it's gotten me to this point where I feel a little bit experienced enough to be able to help people, similar guys like you and me, 22, 20, 21 years old, who wants to take things a bit more seriously. So yeah, man, hope it helps. This video is a bit more mature. This channel is more mature, as you can tell, as compared to many other kind of self-improvement, lifestyle kind of videos, honestly. I'm 23, I'm still learning as I go, and I'm teaching guys who are 22, 21, who are just a step behind me. And the story behind this channel honestly goes, this is what I wish I had for myself. I wish I had a 24-year-old guy as serious as me, who is only a step ahead of me, who I could learn from. And so I want to be that guy for you. See you later, man.